Hello everyone, this is the Unspeakable at Innerscapes Art Studios. Happy Valentine's Day. So these are the colors on my project, and this is a painting I did 2 or 3 summers ago, which I've loved. I've had it on my wall and now I'm painting over it, and it will be under my 2021 heart. So I'm showing you here now, this is a pour and a spin, and usually I speed this up or kind of cut it out and make it go quickly, but I'm showing you the process. And one of the things about the process of abstract art or abstract expressionism or expressive arts is that the artist takes their time and expresses many different things in the decisions that they make. They may not be painting specific objects or representational images, but every stroke is representational of something from the unseen world or the seen world abstracted. So here I'm painting a heart, but I'm not just going to paint the traditional look of a heart. What I wanted to convey is the complexity of this time. And in YouTube and in life in general, no one likes it if you complain or you talk about negative things or hardships. But life is not all, rosy, and it hasn't been that way. And I'm very aware of that. And I do stay positive and proactive in my life, but I have to acknowledge and validate the shadows in life, and those shadows live within us. So if and when we do acknowledge them, they become integrated and we are able to work with those energies instead of clamping them down or hiding them away. And it makes a more integrated life and wellness and being. And shadow is so much an important part of any visual art. It gives depth and contrast. So here I'm wanting to use a lot of black, but I'm remembering that it's Valentine's Day and there is joy and happiness and gratitude and gold and specialness and sweetness. And as I go here, I'm taking my time. Even though this video is longer, I did edit a lot out. And what I did was every time I spun, I'd stop and look at it. And then put something down and stop and look at it. And I didn't really think too hard about it, but just using my intuition would put down the next thing or paint that was calling me, shape or drop or a stroke with the skewer. And it was a time of play and exploration, and that's when the flow happens for me, when I don't have to really stress or think too hard about it. And at the same time, being aware of the complexity of everything that's going on and wanting to include that in the painting somehow, in a pour painting, which is usually pretty straightforward and just plain fun. But there's more than just plain fun going on here right now. And one of the new and exciting things going on in response to all of the current events happening is that I have a new website. So you could check out my website. It's innerscapesart.com. You can see it up at the top of the screen. And you do have to type that into your browser bar. And it will take you to my website and show you a little bit more of who I am. And I am the Unspeakable on the website, even though people think that's not my real name. So I request to know what is a real name. My birth certificate name is Catherine, but I've had several other names for different things. I have a healing name, I have a different practitioner name. And the reason that I do that is that I found out a long time ago in indigenous cultures, whenever you would go through a large change and that absolutely changed you, you would change your name to reflect that vibration. So when I began doing art and healing, I've been doing healing for a long time, but when I began doing active healing on myself when I was injured 4 years ago, I took the name The Unspeakable because I knew that I needed to access into the outer world something very deep within inside of me that was very silent. And so people don't really even know how to say my name. They call it Thin or Thune, or they just call me Speakable. But my first name is Theon. It's the combination of the and un. And I thought that's a pretty first name for a woman, Theon. And the last name is Speakable. So that's a real name. And I'm going to do my art and my website under that name for a while. And there is a real person behind this. You've seen me in the videos. So here I'm just continuing the process, putting dots of paint on and spinning and looking and feeling my way into this complexity. And I'm starting to like the shapes and the contrast here. And I keep spinning because I want to stretch this as far as it will go. And it feels like 2021 is stretching me as far as I will go. And so it's a reflection of my response to the environment. As you will see, the end result here is a reflection of how individual hearts are unique and separate from the environment, but they're made of the same stuff, and they reflect what's going on, the movements in the environment, and they respond to the environment. So here I added those 3 little gold dots and made a little heart, and I really like this. So this is where I stopped for now. And coming up is the dry version, and there was a lot of paint and a little bit of silicone, so it didn't dry exactly the way it was. I looked at this for several days, and then I did something. I just drew on the screen so you could see, but I cut out a heart out of tape and I put it on there. And then here I forgot to turn on the video, I'm sorry, but I swiped the colors that I used in the painting. And now it's dry, and I'm going to take the tape off. So the original is under the tape and the swipe is all around it. After I got all of the tape off, I went in with a paintbrush and took some black and outlined that heart so it was a distinct shape from the background. But again, reflecting all of the energies and still maintaining a calm, central, individual expression. So there you go. It's my complex Valentine for a complex year. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out my website, and I will see you soon in the next video.